What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be discussing Trippie Redd, A Love Letter to You 5. Where is the album? Where's the single? Anything regarding this album. But before we do start, make sure to check out the second channel, Complex 2. A link to that channel will be in the description down below. Also, want to shout out to all channel members. Thank you guys for supporting me. And lastly, follow me over on Instagram at Complex Productions 999 and my Twitter at Complex Discuss. And with all this being said, we're going to dive on into the video. So the main question and probably the title of this video is literally just where is A Love Letter to You 5 or the single or anything regarding the album. Well, I think that we might actually have a couple answers to these questions, but before we do dive into those, I want to kind of take a brief look at just some of the news aspect of stuff that we do have for this topic or for this video. If you don't know, I want to shout out to the account Lil14 over on Instagram because they kind of keep us updated. They haven't posted in a minute, and probably just because Trippie actually hasn't been releasing music or really talking about music in a minute, but he does post a lot of daily content on Trippie, or he did, so shout out to him. Link to that Instagram's in the description down below. But obviously from late 2021 to early 2022, he was always posting Instagram lives of Trippie talking about the album, discussing it. I think the most recent one that they do have posted is just titled Trippie Redd talks about working on A Love Letter to You 5 while still dropping new music on the side, which is exactly what we've seen. Trippie has explained this multiple times, and I have multiple second channel videos breaking this down. If you check out the Trippie Redd playlist on the channel, you can find tons of A Love Letter to You 5 videos that you might never have seen when I started breaking down the news that we were getting from that time. Well, Trippie also took to Twitter the other day, like a day or two ago, and he tweeted out, "Need to know who I should put on my next album." Trippie does usually do something like this just to get a feel for artists that his fans want to see on his next project. And obviously Trippie always has tons of features on his albums, excluding Trip at Night, but even that project does have a good amount, and I'm expecting A Love Letter to You 5 to have a stacked featured list. I think that there's a potential that we'll see artists like Lil Mosey on there, and even just other artists. I'm kind of hoping that we'll see people like the Kid Leroy on there. We'll most definitely see Polo, I would assume, probably Dirk. I would say just basically a big collage of all the biggest rappers right now, and then even just some of Trippie's friends we'll probably see on this project. I know that there's probably some more solid information out there that hints towards certain features over others, but that's not really the topic or the point of this video. I think that the main reason Trippie hasn't been releasing any music is because he just signed his new record deal. I mean, not the fact that Trippie hasn't been releasing new music, because we've just seen him be a feature on an SSG Kobe song. We've seen him be dropping on YouTube exclusively. He's been working with tons of artists, giving tons of people the co-sign. But I think the reason that Trippie himself hasn't released anything on DSPs or all platforms specifically comes from the fact that he just re-signed, or at least they just announced it. So Trippie probably just wasn't fully ready for a rollout or anything like that. They might still even be planning the rollout as well. I mean, I know that we're in the A Love Letter to You 5. We all know that's Trippie's next project. We know that's what he's working on. We know all of that. But for an actual rollout, we haven't seen much hinting towards that yet. And that's probably just the fact that Trippie just signed his deal. He's still working on music. 2, the album is most definitely not done yet if Trippie just tweeted out about features to be on here. And 3, I know Trippie's trying to make this one of the best A Love Letter to Use, if not the best one. So obviously we have to wait and see exactly what the plan is, and there's tons of snippets already just from the A Love Letter to You 5 era that I think would be great contenders to be released, but we will have to wait and see exactly what Trippie's plan is, what he hopes to release. But overall though, I think the main reason we haven't seen a single release just yet or the album just comes from all these kind of behind the scene things, just the fact that Trippie just re-signed, but then also the fact that they're still working on the album. It's not ready yet. And honestly, if we look at previous A Love Letter to Use, they usually do release later into the year, and I don't think that this album necessarily is going to be a fall winter album like previous entries to this series were, but I do think that this album is still going to be a little bit ways away. I mean, it could even end up coming summer, fall, just considering that we're almost in April already and we still don't even have a single, and Trippie will most definitely do a single or two for the project. But with all this being said, guys, let me know if you're excited for Love Letter to You 5. Thank you guys for all the support you've been showing, because it's been crazy, and we'll see you guys in the next video.